you are having an amazing day so far. All right, so today we'll be doing our grade 5 English lesson on coordinating conjunctions. So we'll be doing our grade 5 English lesson on coordinating conjunctions. And before we start with coordinating conjunctions or with our specific lesson today, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. We're going to log in with our username as well as our password. Once you've logged in with your username as well as your password, and then you're going to select the subject of language arts and then grade 5. Once you've chosen grade 5, and then you're going to scroll down up until you get to the chapter of coordinating conjunctions. That is going to be our chapter for today, which is coordinating conjunctions. All right, so we said our chapter is coordinating conjunctions. The subject is English Language Arts, grade 5. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on is to use coordinating conjunctions. And we're going to identify coordinating conjunctions. That is going to be our 2 focus lessons for today and our chapter of coordinating conjunctions. And we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So we're doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So if you do also want to go back, recap, go over certain things, then you can just go to aplusstudents.ca. All right, so now we're about to start with our lesson on coordinating conjunctions. And a coordinating conjunction or coordinating conjunctions is used to connect words It's used to connect words, phrases, and simple sentences. So coordinating conjunction, once again, it's used to connect words, phrases, and simple sentences. And some coordinating conjunctions, right, are and, but, yet, or, and so. So when we connect words, right, or we connect phrases or simple sentences, right, then we basically need to use the words and, but, yet, or, and so, or so, to basically connect these 2 sentences, right, or to connect the words, or to even to connect the phrases. And when we connect the words, phrases, or simple sentences, each one of these common conjunctions, they basically have some form of meaning, right? They will basically give you the meaning as to why it is being connected, right? So if we connect and, it's like we are adding on to something, right? If we connect but, it also tells us something. If we connect yet, it connects us something. Or it's like either or, right? So it's also connecting something in some form of way, right? So we need to know when to use our common coordinating conjunction whenever we either have it when we're connecting words, when we're connecting phrases, or we're connecting simple sentences, right? So we are now going to break down or give examples of each one of these common coordinating conjunctions. How to use and, or when to use and, when to use but, when to use yet, when to use or, as well as when to use so within either a sentence, phrases, or with words. All right. So if we look at these examples, right, the conjunctions as well as the examples in front of us, right? I'm just going to go to the most common ones that we have mentioned, which is and, which is but, or, yet, and so. So I'm just going to go over the common ones that was mentioned within the description. So whenever we use and, either within a sentence, within a phrase, or when we are connecting words, right? Then an example is when we say, she didn't speak to anyone and nobody spoke to her. So it's as if something was added on, right? Just like saying she did not speak to anyone and nobody spoke to her, right? So that is an example of using the coordinating conjunction and. An example of but, or whenever we use the conjunction but, they rushed to hospital, but they were too late. So, but they were too late, meaning that as much as they were on their way rushing to hospital, but they were too late. We don't know what the reason was. Maybe they were too late for, I don't know. I want to think the worst, right? But they were too late. When we use or, the conjunction or, I will go shopping or I will go camping. So it's like saying you'll go either or, right? It's either I'm going shopping or I will go camping. So I need to go to one of those, right? When we use the conjunction yet, right? An example of yet, it says Kelly was a convicted criminal, yet many people admired him, right? So as much as he did bad things, yet there was a lot of people that looked up to him. And then so, right? Whenever we use the coordinating conjunction, so an example is I was feeling hungry, so I made myself a sandwich. So, however you were feeling, so you decided to either make something or do something about it. So, this is our common coordinating conjunctions, right, which are used to connect words, phrases, and simple sentences. And here we also mentioned a few examples of coordinating conjunctions, right? And we said once again that coordinating conjunctions, these words are used to connect either words, it is used to connect phrases, or it is used to connect simple sentences. And in this case, with the examples, right? These examples it's clear that we use it to connect simple sentences because these are simple sentences. All right, so now we're going to aplusstudents.ca. And we're going to the first lesson, which is to use coordinating conjunctions. All right, so now we are going to give you more of a breakdown also of what each one of the common coordinating conjunctions mean with more examples, right? So once again, a coordinating conjunction or coordinating conjunctions, right, are used to connect words, phrases, and simple sentences. And some common coordinating conjunctions are and, but, yet, or, and so, right? And we made mention now of this as well as a few examples, right? So whenever we use one of these words, right, then these are actually to either connect the words, it's to connect phrases, or it's even to connect sentences that go together or that is alike, right? So when we use and, so when we use and to either connect words, phrases, or sentences, right? It is to connect the words, phrases, or sentences that go together or that are alike. It's like saying and right? And an example of the coordinating conjunction and, right? It says, my sister is going to France and Spain this summer, right? So it's basically saying that the sister is going to France and the sister is going to Spain, right? It's basically adding on to something that, or let's say the place that the sister is going to. Or I have a pet dog and my cousin does too, right? It's things that are either alike or things that are either added on, right? Or things that either go together, right? That is basically an example of or how we use and within or as a coordinating conjunction. When we use but or yet, we use but or yet to show a contrast. My brother loves apples but hates apple pie, right? So it's like he likes apples but does not like the apple pie. And we basically use the apples within the apple pie, right? So that is how we use the but. It's like it shows a contrast. It's like I like something, ooh, but I don't like that one. Another example is Aaron was excited for his performance, yet he still felt nervous, right? So can you see the contrast there? It's like you were excited, but you were nervous. You like apples, but you don't like apple pie, right? So that is how we use but or we use yet as a coordinating conjunction. We use or to show a choice, right? It's either this or it is that. And that is how we use or. Today we can go to the beach or the park. So you can either decide to go to the beach or we can decide to go to the park. Or we can say you can finish your homework now, or you can finish it later after school. So you basically have a choice. The first one is either to go to the beach or the park, or to finish your homework now, or to finish your homework later. And we can use so to tell that something happens because of something else. For example, I forgot to set my alarm, so I was late. I forgot to set my alarm, so I missed the bus. So those are a few examples, right? As well as descriptions as to how we use coordinating conjunctions. And once again, coordinating conjunctions are used to connect words, it's used to connect phrases and simple sentences. All right. Okay, so now we're going to complete this sentence with the best conjunction. Mrs. Nicholson cleaned the wool, spun it into yarn. So we need to use one of the coordinating conjunctions, either and, but, yet, or, and so. So Mrs. Nicholson cleaned the wool, and we can say, and spun it into yarn. So we can basically over here use the word and, spun it into yarn. So we say Mrs. Nicholson cleaned the wool and spun it into yarn. So we use the coordinating conjunction and to basically connect that sentence. So that basically connected the two phrases. All right, let's go to the next one. It says complete the sentence with the best conjunction. The audience couldn't hear Rosa. She moved closer to the microphone, meaning that Rosa is either speaking over the microphone or singing a song. But now the audience couldn't hear her. So the fact that the audience couldn't hear her, so you can then add here, so she moved closer to the microphone. So the word so is the best conjunction within that sentence. All right. And if we complete the sentence with the best conjunction, Ali complained about the cold temperature. She refused to wear a jacket. So Ali is complaining about the cold temperature. Yet, we can say yet, she's complaining about the temperature. So she's getting cold, but she's not wearing a jacket, right? So yet, she refused to wear a jacket. So that is but a few examples and sentences of coordinating conjunctions. And we said coordinating conjunctions are used to connect words, phrases, and simple sentences, right? And we made a few examples of the common conjunctions. And the common conjunctions are and, but, yet, or, and so. All right, so now we're going to our test. We need to complete the sentence with the base coordinate with the base conjunction. The audience couldn't hear Rosa. Do we say or she moved closer to the microphone? Or do we say so she moved closer to the microphone? The audience couldn't hear Rosa. Do we say or she moved closer to the microphone? Or do we say so she moved closer to the microphone? We need to choose the best coordinating conjunction to complete the sentence. All right, so we can say, so she moved closer to the microphone because they couldn't hear her. So she moved closer to the microphone. Mrs. Berg was exhausted after work, or she took a nap. So she took a nap. So Mrs. Berg was exhausted after work, or she took a nap. So she took a nap. We need to choose the base conjunction to complete the sentence. All right. So she took a nap. So we can say Mrs. Burke was exhausted after work. So she took a nap. So is correct. Well done. So is correct. Which type of stove does Maria want? Gas, yet electric, or gas or electric? We need to say either or. Gas yet electric, or do we say gas or electric? So we need to say which one it is. All right, so we can say it is either or, which means it is gas or electric. So which type of stove does Maria want? Gas or electric. So or is correct. Paco and his friends are going camping this weekend, but they still need to buy a tent, or they still need to buy a tent. So we can say Paco and his friends are going camping this weekend, but they still need to buy a tent, right? So even though they're going camping, but they still need to buy a tent. All right, we're going to do the last one. An electric saw is a useful tool, yet it can be difficult to handle, or we can say, or it can be difficult to handle. So we need to choose the best conjunction to complete the sentence. An electric saw is a useful tool, yet it can be difficult to handle, or do we say, or it can be difficult to handle? We need to choose the best possible conjunction. All right, so if we choose the correct one, we can say, yet it is difficult to handle. So well done. All right, so that is how we can use coordinating conjunctions. And we said there are different ways in which we can use the conjunction and, but, or, so, and yet, right? So now we're going to identify coordinating conjunctions. And once again, we said coordinating conjunctions are used to connect words, phrases, and simple sentences. And some of the common coordinating conjunctions are and, but, yet, or, and so. And we basically gave a breakdown of what each one of those coordinating conjunctions mean, right? We gave a descriptive meaning of it as well as an example of and, but, yet, or, and so. So now we're going to identify the coordinating conjunctions either within certain sentences. All right, so they're not basically giving us the sentence, but when it comes to the coordinating conjunction, remember we said with coordinating conjunctions, right? It joins basically the words, it joins phrases, and it joins simple sentences, right? And even with simple sentences, right? When we join simple sentences, it's like two simple sentences that can stand on its own, and then we either use the word and, but, yet, or, and so to join that simple sentences. So it's basically then making it into one specific sentence, right? All right. So identifying the coordinating conjunctions is basically an add-on to using the coordinating conjunctions. So let us go to our test. All right, so this is basically a whole sentence, right? So within the sentence, we are going to have to select the coordinating conjunction. So one of these words is the coordinating conjunction. So it says, do polar bears live in Antarctica or the Arctic? So we need to select the coordinating conjunction within this sentence, or basically from these words. Do polar bears live in Antarctica or the Arctic? So we need to select the coordinating conjunction, basically either from that words or from that sentence, basically. All right, so if we select the coordinating conjunctions, we will choose or. Because or gives us indication that it's either they're asking us, do they live in Antarctica or do they live in the Arctic, right? So or, and that is correct. So well done. Or is correct. We need to select the coordinating conjunction, right, from these words. Was Alaska or Hawaii the last state admitted to the Union? So, was Alaska or Hawaii the last state admitted to the Union? We need to select the coordinating conjunction from those words or within that sentence. All right, so if we select the correct coordinating conjunction from this list of words, then we will choose or, because we're saying was Alaska or Hawaii. So we are either choosing between Alaska or Hawaii, the last state admitted to the Union. So or, well done. Or is correct. And once again, we need to select the coordinating conjunction. Cassie works nights and weekends at Patty's Diner. Cassie works nights and weekends at Patty's Diner. We need to select the coordinating conjunction within this sentence or basically from these words. So Cassie works nights and weekends at Patty's Diner. So if we select the correct coordinating conjunction, then yes, we will select and. All right. So yes, so your thinking is correct. So the one that says I think and is correct because it means that she works nights as well as weekends, right? So and is correct. So well done. And is correct. We need to select the coordinating conjunction. The frosting wasn't firm enough, so Bella added more sugar. So the frosting wasn't firm enough, so Bella added more sugar. So we need to select the correct coordinating conjunction from that sentence or basically from those words. So the frosting wasn't firm enough, so Bella added more sugar. Remember, we just select one word that is the coordinating conjunction. All right. So we will use the or select the coordinating conjunction so. And so is correct. So we're going to do one more, right? We're going to select the coordinating conjunction from these words, or basically, if we add all these words together from the sentence. Cindy keeps her jewelry and hair clips on top of her hairdresser. On top of her dresser, sorry. Cindy keeps her jewelry and her hair clips on top of her dresser. So we need to select the coordinating conjunction within, or basically from these words. Cindy keeps her jewelry and hair clips on top of her dresser. So we need to select the correct coordinating conjunction from these words. So Cindy keeps her jewelry and hair clips on top of her dresser. So we need to select the coordinating conjunction from these words. All right. So if we select the correct coordinating conjunction, then we can say and, because it says she keeps her jewelry and she keeps her hair clips, right? So she keeps both. So we use the word and to connect these, basically these phrases. So and is correct. So well done. Well done. All right, so that is basically the chapter on coordinating conjunction, right? And we said coordinating conjunctions, it connects words, it connects phrases, and it connects simple sentences, right? And we said the most common conjunctions are and, but, so, yet, or, right? Those are the most common conjunctions. I remember we also gave a whole descriptive of, or description of how to use all these coordinating conjunctions. All right, so now we're going to do an activity, right? I remember we said a coordinating conjunction is a conjunction that connects words, it connects phrases, and it connects either simple sentences or clauses within a sentence. And we made mention of the coordinating conjunctions, right? And the most common ones are and, but, or yet, and so. And yet again, here's another example that says Felicity brought apples and oranges at the market, meaning that she didn't just buy the apples, but she also bought oranges at the market. So we add the apples and oranges, right? So now we're going to complete the sentence with the appropriate coordinating conjunction. That cardigan cannot be mine. So that cardigan cannot be mine. Do we say for it is too long, and it's too long, but it's too long, or it's so long, yet it is too long, so it is too long? We need to choose the correct one. All right, remember there's no because, right? We must only choose the coordinating conjunction. Here they added for, right? But it's for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. There's no because. So that cardigan cannot be mine to be say for it is too long and it is too long, nor it is too long, but it is too long, or it is too long, yet it is too long, or so it is too long. All right, so if we select the correct one, right? Remember we said we cannot use because, even though because seems more like an appropriate answer, right? Because so if we let's quickly just use one of those words, right? Because it says that cardigan cannot be mine, for it is too long, does not make sense, and it is too long, right? That is partially right something, nor it is too long, but it is too long, or it is too long, yet it is too long, so it is too long, right? So if we then choose the correct one, we can then say it is not mine and it is too long, meaning it is too long for me. So it is not mine and it is also too long for me. So that cardigan cannot be mine and it is too long, meaning that it is also too long for me. Let's meet on Wednesday mornings, Thursday afternoons. So let's meet Wednesday mornings and Thursday afternoons. I ate a full breakfast. I feel hungry. So, as much as I ate the full breakfast, what is the coordinating conjunction? I feel hungry. So, as much as I ate the full breakfast, but I still feel hungry. And the last one, Brett tried hard to score a goal. He did not succeed. We can say, but he did not succeed. All right. So once again, that is the coordinating conjunctions, which connects words, phrases, clauses, or simple sentences. All right. So that is now the end of our lesson, grade 5. Thank you very much for joining the class. And I really hope that you're going to have a good day so far. Goodbye.